Hello and welcome to this special episode of Storyboard. It's less than 48 hours since the data from BARC was released. And this morning, this is Thursday morning, the papers are full of data on BARC. When BARC was announced, they warned us not to do certain things. For example, they warned us not to look at 1 week's data in isolation. They warned us not to celebrate 1 week as opposed to a longer trend. They warned us not to compare this measurement system with the previous measurement system. Yet everybody has done just that. And to discuss this, I have the CEO of BARC, Partha Dasgupta. I've got Shashi Sinha, who's on the TechCom of BARC, as well as the CEO of IPG Media Brands. And I've got Raj Nayak, who is the CEO of Colors. So start with you. So tell me, how do you prevent this? Everybody is doing exactly what you had requested people not to do.
I don't think so. Okay, I honestly don't think so. I don't think there's any point in dramatizing the whole thing, and I don't think everybody is comparing. There are lots of sane voices, the right voices whom one should hear about or hear to. There are lots of sane voices. They are fairly balanced. They know that one should not compare. And I don't want to use the word warn. Warn is a very strong word. It's kind of an advisory, so to speak. There are people who are not using it just for one week's data. There are people who know that everybody will slice and dice data and put it wrongly. People who will shout from rooftops. Okay, from shouting from rooftops, everybody should shout from rooftops, and they have enough reason to do that. But I don't think that it's so dramatic. Okay, there are a couple of here and there online publications who have put out some leaked data and stuff like that. But this will happen. This is okay. I mean, I don't think one should react to it too much.
No, it's you're saying I should not react to it.
Yeah.
And it's not just online publications. You've got Business Standard, which has got data from I don't know where. And a lot of it.
That's the whole point.
Is
I don't know where is the big point.
The point is there anything you can do to prevent the publication of such data? For example, is there something? Now we've had, say, Comscore gives you an advisory not to publish. TAM gave some kind of advisory.
Yeah.
Is there something that you can do to prevent?
So why should we do to prevent? I think people who get affected, they should do. They should pick up the phone with Business Standard.
Yes.
Personally. Sorry for interrupting, Partha. No. Sorry, almost things we've been together on this one. I was slightly different take. By seeing the onslaught, what has happened last evening when the data was released at 3 and Partha was sitting together in his office at about 3:30, all the news channels particularly were claiming number one and cutting and slicing data all the way. My submission is at some point in time, we'll have to go to the board and say there has to be an advisory on how to use data in public spaces. This is my personal opinion. I will propose in my capacity to the board. It's for the BARC board to decide. But seeing the way the reaction has happened yesterday, I personally would definitely, for one, would recommend that there should be some mechanism on how data should be used. So one is data leaking out from unknown sources, one thing. But our constituents are doing it themselves. And they're slicing in a particular way, which is worse in my mind.
But that's something that's been happening all along. It's not something new. I mean, everybody dices data the way they want to, and that's why they say you can use statistics the way you want. Yeah. Even when we had AMAP and we had TAM, people are using what was convenient to them.
Even
this is reality.
TAM, even within TAM. I mean,
within
only
TAM,
one
it's reality.
Shashi, the bigger concern is, while it is say everybody is free to do what they want, we've got 1 week's data. And all the headlines are based on one data point.
That's my big worry. My big worry for, if I may say, for 2 reasons. One is, you see, there are various factors in place. So while our data is stable, so you must understand, and if I may explain this one in detail. See, one is just now we are putting out household data. I'm not sure what is the purpose of BARC currency. It's going to be a currency for trading primarily and content management secondary. These are the 2 big things. Okay, I'm not sure it will become a currency for trading immediately. For the simple reason, we are going in phases. We are putting out household data first. So it's all perception management. Actually, the currency is when you start putting individuals, some people may start using it, the advertisers will start using it as a trading currency then. Broadcasters may want to start it from now. So that's one. So you may have a situation where things change. So the more you talk about it, the more you're creating trouble for yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Think about it.
No, but is that, this is my short-term gain. I really don't care about the greater glory of God or a longer term.
No, you may lose.
I may lose. That is the future thing. Today, I've got data which makes me look like a number one.
Yes.
And I want to tom-tom it.
Yes, Anand, but what will happen when advertisers, assuming theoretically advertisers start trading from a particular day.
Right.
Now, some advertisers start seeing it as a trend from tomorrow. They're not going to start buying on the basis of 1 week data. They will wait for a trend line to emerge.
Right.
That trend line may emerge in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Secondly, for a lot of
What will you be advising your advertisers?
I would say wait at least 3 to 4 weeks for a trend line to emerge, number one. However, there's a larger point. There is a constituency, formal constituency advertisers, you say give us individual data. That will again take time to stabilize. So we say we put out individual data in 4 weeks. After that, there may be some more time to stabilize. So you may have a situation where someone is claiming to be number one, especially, and you see all the problem is the, so to speak, smaller genres. Right. Whatever I've seen so far between last night and today, it's not the big genres where my friend here represents, where there's been too much of...
It's interesting. You know, Raj was sharing some sort of advice with us, which is neither celebrate nor get disappointed.
Yeah, I think it's early stages. I mean, 1 week's data doesn't tell you much. Okay, I'm happy if you look at it at this moment. Colors is number 1 in prime time. It's number 1 in HD. It's number 1 in all HSM metros, Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta. So one thing is to sit down and celebrate and put out an ad and shout from the rooftop. Other thing is to wait, watch. I think it's still early days, and I think phase 2 has to happen. But coming back to Sashi's thing on household data, I've seen the system. I had the privilege of going to the BARC office and being shown around and things like that. I think the individual data, the way, I don't think it was right even when it was happening earlier. And I globally, I don't think so, okay, because there's a fundamental flaw in the way individual data is collected, okay. One of the reasons why remote control was done was because people are inherently lazy, okay. That's why the word couch potato, and you don't want to go to the television set. Forget we as a country, even as human beings, I think, even if you're feeling hot and it's sweating, you will not get up to switch on the fan unless you really can't tolerate. But if there's Anant walking by the side, Anant, please put on that button. No? That's the way we are. That's what we are. Okay. Now, just imagine every time you go and sit in front of the television set, you have to press a button.
To say
he comes,
he has to press another button.
My mother comes, she has to press. My grandfather comes, he has to press another button.
Right. And when you go into the loo, you have to press again to say that.
When you're going to the loo, you have to press another button. And then you have a guest in your house, the guest has to press a button. He's your guest or he's your enemy. I mean, that's the thing. So I think this is probably the right time for the industry to come together and debate. If in the United States of America we are able to live with household data, why are we going with forcing individual data when we know it's not accurate? If it's accurate, no problem. If there's stability, no problem. Everybody agrees it's not accurate. Why go with wrong data? One of the reasons, my understanding why BARC was created is saying we'll have more transparency, we will be more accurate, we'll be more progressive, and now I think all course correction has to be done now. SEC system, I think the best thing that BARC has done is the SEC system. For I don't know how many donkey's years, 25 years or so, it existed. We are herd mentality. We don't want to change. Anyway,
I'm going to come to that.
So,
one second. Shashi, you and I have been discussing measurement, whether measurement on TV, radio, print, whatever. From 2003 onwards, we've been discussing it. This time I saw a different sort of undercurrent, where everybody was very, very hopeful that there's one part of our media measurement which will get solved with the advent of BARC. Yet the other part of the undercurrent was, let's hope that there are no huge changes. How do you explain this?
So, as someone on my Tech Up beautifully said, he himself is a broadcaster, I won't mention him. He kept saying it and kept arguing, but this is not right. I said, what do you mean this is not right? If you point a flaw in the data, but if you say this is not intuitive, then what is it? So he laughed and he said, I'm a creature of habit. So I think, over a period of time is a great thing. So I think, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it takes, it won't be as quick as that, so let me not raise hope. 10, 12 weeks, when people get used to a particular set of data, people start, just CC is going to be a phase. And in a way, this is a slow burn phase. It's like a, long-term treatment you're giving, you start with the data first. Then over a period of time, people will start accepting the stability of the data. We ourselves will be sure of the stability of data in 3 to 4 weeks' time. And then it'll be the next phase.
That's why those phases, basically.
Hey, tell me, Partho, he spoke about the maximum sort of unhappiness being in niche or smaller genres.
What he's saying, the maximum dramatization is happening there.
So
there's a lot of happiness also.
Sure, but that's all very temporary.
Yes, very
because the nature is such that you could flip. Number 1, maybe number 4.
That's the whole point.
So what would you say is an ideal situation for such channels? It has been brought up in the early stages of saying don't report it weekly, report it.
I think you're making a very, very, very valid point. Okay, so first is, as you yourself said, people should not jump. Either they should not be too happy or should not be too sad in either case. They should see the trend. But at the fundamental level, whether it be, say, all these English, so to speak, English genres, let me put it this way, news and infotainment and a lot of other things. At the fundamental level, the total size of the viewer at a India level is extremely small. I'm saying comparatively, of course comparatively, compared to say a GC and things like that. Now when it is small, to make it statistically relevant, you need to aggregate data up to a certain point. You can't put it out weekly. I'm telling you, even with our larger sample size, the numbers are very, very small. So one or two small swings can swing people in this way or that way. Ideally, we spoke about it earlier, it should be 4 weeks rolling data. We had proposed this, we should work on it in my view, and that's for the constituency to come up and say. They should come up and tell us that no, let's do it this way. We had proposed this earlier as well. Ultimately, BARC is by the...
So if I may build on this point, I personally strongly believe, and I've been very happy with BARC the way we have come so far, and a lot of things Parthu and we have piloted. This one we failed. It was our personal belief that we must have rolling data aggregate for English genre thing, and then a lot of people jumped us, saying that, a lot of TechCom members themselves said, you are singling out genres.
No, Raj, you've sold niche channels. You made your reputation selling niche channels, and the numbers even those days were as erratic as they seem to be now.
Yeah, even in the TAM system, and TAM themselves acknowledge that the margin of error would be something like 30%. Okay, and you take any niche channel, I don't think there's hardly any channel which has a rating more than 1. So even when I went to sell then, I used to tell my advertisers, and I remember going to Sashi and telling him, the truth is, I don't know what I'm selling, you don't know what you're buying. Because it could be 0.7, it could be 1.3, right? So I think, you need to look at the trend. And I love this idea of a rolling data, because unless you aggregate, you will never get the right picture. Because that margin, that outlier will always be there.
Right. Shashi, now in an ideal world, how would you advise people to deal with this data? When I say people, primarily the publishers, the media owners?
So I would first I want to build on this point. I would urge the industry to adopt our recommendation of saying 4-week rolling average for the niche genre.
Yes.
It's important because you have to carry all the stakeholders. I'm sure after yesterday, a lot of them will be aligned. First point. To your point, I would urge, again, this problem is happening in the niche genres. It's not happening in the big genres. It's not happening in regional. It's happening primarily in the niche genres where they're fighting for share of mind rather than the actual data. I would urge, please hang in there. You'll do yourself harm, because we are seeing the data. The margin of error is very small. I mean, the level of error difference is very small. It can come back to bite you.
So when you say calm down, don't tom-tom.
Don't talk
Even if you're a winner
suddenly,
today,
the more you highlight something, you see simple logic. If you go under the radar, you go under the radar. Because 3 weeks later, because all this is an outlier management. Let me be as candid as possible. In these genres, we are doing outlier management, which we set into motion 3 weeks back. Now, this is exactly how you streamline your process. As we streamline outlier management and we give, that's an art. Everything else is a science. That's an art. It's a science, but also there's an element of art to it, which houses to pick, how to do back checks and stuff like that. So it may suddenly, because as Raj said, the genres are so small and the margin of errors are not 30%, it is far, far higher. So it can create chaos. So what you are creating as hype for yourself today may come back to bite you very big.
Right. Shashi, you brought it up. There's not so much about the numbers. This is a share of mind. Now the trouble is, when you take off your BARC hat and you wear a IPG hat, and a salesman from one of these channels comes to you, you will beat him with the same stick, and you will say your numbers are down.
Anant, see, you are right, absolutely. If it was a single point data like, say, IRS or some other study, it came out one day and it was stuck. True, this is a data which is going to rotate.
Right.
Secondly, there are big changes we are recommending. So what we said earlier of rolling average, that gets incorporated now, stories may change.
Right.
Thirdly, with our outlier management, the data may change week to week. So it's not going to be static data. So if channel A is saying I'm 48% share, as I saw on television yesterday, welcome back, we have 48% share, may suddenly become 20% share. Now, they will come back to jump us saying, I'll tell you what is the downside for us. They'll say, why this swing? When we explain to them statistically, they'll understand the swing. So
no,
then,
they will understand. Will they accept?
So the buyer will understand that. The buyer will see what is happening.
Right.
That
Will the broadcaster understand and accept?
So no one will need to accept, because so the point is no one will accept the number. They'll always point false. But from a buyer point of view, the question you ask from a buyer point of view, they'll understand. So the big difference is, unlike IRS or something else, this currency will not be a trading currency from day one. It will take time to stabilize. So while a broadcaster may be chest thump that I'm number one today, but it is going to become a trading currency over a period of time. The way it's structured, the way it's designed, the way it's going out on the market, It's not going to be. It's not that IPG people have tomorrow to say I'm going to trade on
Can I
this
give you
currency.
another small piece of information on how the data is given? One of the things that we have done in the system is in the software, if the cut that you're looking for, people look for different cuts like where we were talking about. If it's too small, statistically too small, and we have defined what is statistically too small.
Which everybody is aware of.
Yeah, you will not get the data. You will
Right.
say NA. Actually, it comes as NA.
Right.
So, which means that when it's too small, people will not get. And I know people are getting upset that I don't have data, but then fact of life is it is too statistically insignificant to give you a robust data. So that's why you will not get it. Very simple.
Now, if I have to ask you to calmly tell our viewers, rather tell our viewers, I'm not saying you must do it calmly, tell our viewers with absolute clarity, what are the things they should not do when they look at this data?
Okay. So one, as we said, they should not jump up and down in either 1 week's data. They should try and look for longer periods in terms of time, longer periods in longer aggregation in terms of time bands. Especially, I'm talking especially about the niche genres. Okay, not really about the larger
Right.
genres. Now, larger genres, we have enough sample size. It's a fairly robust data. On niche genres, again, aggregation of time band, aggregation of might be the socioeconomic classes that we are talking about. The viewers should also, analysts should also understand that the base is completely different. And I will give you a couple of examples. For example, our whole thing is based on 2011 census. So the number of 1 million plus town goes up significantly. The universe is different. It's on our website. People should go and check this out. Giving him one example, Kerala, for example, had in the TAM system, since we are referring to the incumbent fairly clearly, in the TAM system, it's with 2001 census, there is only 1 million plus town in Kerala. In our system, there are 7 1 million plus towns. So the base completely changes. The weightage of South in the universe is substantially higher from the earlier weightage for obvious reasons. Okay, so one should read the data after knowing what it is based on. Otherwise, you will end up doing a lot of errors in your judgment very clearly.
The point you didn't bring up, which you had brought up in a conversation earlier, was stability. Let things stabilize. Now, why is it that people are not willing to wait for that?
I mean, this is a question you to ask. If you ask me, from our side, we've been saying, there are various things, that the reference frame is different. A lot of people are not going to our site and examining how the weighting is done. The weighting is dramatically different. So I think people have jumped the gun without understanding the full implication of this. And that will come back to bite. I keep repeating that anyone who jumps the gun will see it will come back to bite them.
Right.
Because as we improve our time management, as the data stabilizes, what is data stability? Stability is happening.
Right.
It's the outline management which is the trick.
Right. Raj, we were in another studio as soon as BARC was announced. Parthu and I were sitting on a panel, and you were less optimistic than you seem to be today. Is that a fair statement to make?
No, I was not less optimistic, and I have still things. I think BARC, they've started very well off. I think from what the team has achieved, and it has superseded my expectations, to be fair. And I was telling Partho while we were walking into this room, it's a thankless job, okay? Because you're never going to keep everybody happy. That's reality. But I still feel that there is a room, while in the niche channel you have to have rolling. I think for GECs, I genuinely believe, and maybe you'll do it a year from now, you need to be more progressive, and we need overnight ratings. And another thing which I seriously believe, BARC should take the initiative of saying upfront, thumping the chest and saying, individual data, the error of margin is too high, and this is the time for us to go for household data. I think they should do that. Otherwise, you're trying to keep everybody happy, you're trying to do, and then again you'll end up in the same mess.
Shashi, would you
want to say something?
Sorry.
On
Shashi,
the
would you
overnight
advise, we'll come to the overnight. Shashi, would you advise, for example, now, say, after 4 weeks of data, again call for all broadcasters and BARC and the TechCom to sit again and try and analyze the month gone
No,
past?
any case I'm planning to do that. I'm
Right.
glad you brought it out.
Right.
Any case we had planned it 2 days because we have been working through the last 4 days.
Right.
You see, one thing you must understand that this data comes in to us by Sunday. Friday data, we plug it. So we get 3 days to look at the data. And there's going to be a cycle. So we have got a production cycle in place. So we decided, even before we release the data, we said we'll do a TechCom meeting 10 days from now. We're going to do a meeting 10 days from now, and we will, based on that, some of these dramatic suggestions which are coming on live data. See, up till now, we're doing theoretical stuff. Now we're seeing live data. So 2 weeks with data, 3 weeks data, then we will build a story to go to our board and say, listen, this is what we want to change.
Right.
And I genuinely, because this has been my bonnet for the last 3 months, this rolling average definitely is something we're going to propose.
Right. Well, that's a wrap for this show. And exciting conversation. We don't know where it's going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if we call the same panel again a week from now, as more noise or unhappiness comes from somewhere. But I would urge all of you to think of what Partho, Shashi, and Raj are saying. Do not look at data in isolation, 1 week's data. Wait for a trend line to emerge. Wait for a curve to emerge. Don't slice and dice to a point where the data is ridiculously inaccurate or doesn't meet statistical requirements. And, stay calm. That's all. Don't celebrate. Don't get depressed. Thank you for watching. And next week we'll be back with a regular episode of Storyboard. Thank you. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Shashi. Thank you, Partho.